on the clock. Pecan, 2 seconds. Pecan for the lead. Got it! He got the record at the buzzer! The bridge for three. Buried! Gallagher pulls up. Gallagher rims it out the field. Slams it down. Cooley up ahead. Dombrowski, the freshman, off the window and one. Let's go back to Evans. Corner three. Got it. There's Lowe with the exclamation point as Dunny slams it down. Far side, Dawson unloads, knocks it home. Jenna Dawson by Teslavich, Epps puts it on the floor. Bryce looks to drive in, Epps floats it up, got it! He got it! There's 1,000 for Bryce Epps. From South Allegheny High School, it's the conclusion of the South Allegheny Holiday Classic, as it's the consolation game here to get us started this evening from South Allegheny between the 1-6 Seton LaSalle Rebels and the 2-6 Serra Catholic Eagles. It was a loss to the host Gladiators for Serra Catholic, while on the other hand, Seton LaSalle lost to Elizabeth Forward. Of course, Elizabeth Forward and South Allegheny will play in the conclusion of this holiday classic here this evening. First of 3 days of holiday basketball here on the network on MVI Live is here today for the conclusion of the South Allegheny holiday tournament. Then tomorrow we'll be at Monessen for day one of their holiday classic, seeing Monessen and Propel Braddock Hills, and we'll conclude our holiday tournament tour on Thursday with the conclusion of the Charleroi holiday tournament. So it should be an overall great week of basketball throughout multiple Mon Valley tournaments. And getting us started here this week is day number 2 of the South Allegheny holiday tournament, as Seton LaSalle and Serra Catholic, they already played once here this season. That game went in the favor of the Rebels from Seton LaSalle, as the Eagles will look to get revenge here today in this one, as Serra Catholic, of course, has been paced by their Big Four. Coming into the season, you knew who was going to kind of have to carry the load for the Serra Catholic Eagles. That, of course, being Elijah Ward, Isaiah Petty, Owen Dombrowski, and Joey DeMoss. And that's kind of been a rotating piece out of that final spot for the Serra Catholic Eagles. We've seen Pete Burke, the junior, get some starts. We've also seen the likes of Kaminsky in the starting lineup, and that won't be the case tonight. We'll see another new piece entering this lineup for the Serra Catholic Eagles as they look to get win number 3 on the season. It was a good start to the year for Serra Catholic, winning 2 of their first 4 contests, now coming in riding a 4-game losing streak. Yesterday by 30 to South Allegheny. It was a 2-point loss to SA before that, and a 1-possession loss to Jeanette, and a 2-point loss to Stowe Rocks, as it's been some close games for the Serra Catholic Eagles. First for Seton LaSalle, looking at the starting lineups, it's going to be Eli Smith, Matt Lonergan, along with Hayden Merchant, along with Ian March and Nick Sikorsky. So again, that is Smith, Lonergan, Merchant, March, and Sikorsky for the Seton LaSalle Rebels. As Ian March, we are very familiar with here at MVI, getting to see Ian March, as March was a part of the MVI SBL, getting to see him this year. Is on the other side of things for Coach Corso, trying to get his Eagles back in the right direction. He'll put out a lineup that looks like this for Coach Corso. Again, it's the 5'11 senior guard Elijah Ward. Joining him, the 5'11 junior guard Isaiah Petty, the leader in steals all time in a single game. That happened earlier this year with 15 steals for Isaiah Petty. The 6-foot sophomore Owen Dombrowski, the 6'2 senior Joey DeMoss, and the 6'3 freshman forward Tyler Sapita. So again, that's Ward, Petty, Dombrowski, DeMoss, and Sapita for Coach Corso here this evening. And Sapita in that 5th spot that has been a rotation throughout the course of the campaign for the Serra Catholic Eagles, as they have been led by Isaiah Petty. Really, so far this year, he has been the most integral part of this Eagle attack. Serra Catholic, their home whites, the Vegas gold numerals and red trim, Seton in their away greens with some yellow numerals and white trim, checkerboard style along the side of the jerseys. As Seton, LaSalle, and Serra Catholic look to pick up a win here over the holiday break and not go winless after a loss yesterday. And the conclusion of this will be next here on MVI Live between South Allegheny and Elizabeth Forward, a all-4A matchup. As no anthem here for the opening game. Joey DeMoss will take the opening tip against Hayden Merchant. As DeMoss, Petty, Dombrowski, Elijah Ward, and Sapita for Serra Catholic. March, Smith, Lonergan, Merchant, and Sikorsky as this one tipped out of bounds near side. And it's going to be no possession and last touch by Serra Catholic, actually. So it's going to be Seton LaSalle basketball. As into the front court come the Seton LaSalle Rebels. Smith comes near side, back up top. Smith swings it far side in the left wing, controlled there. That's by Sikorsky down inside. As kicking it back out, there is Merchant with the triple, no good. Rebound ripped down near side. Fight for it on the near side, half court taken away by Petty. Petty tries to split the D to no avail as Ian March quickly along to Eli Smith. Smith into the front court. Smith, top of the key, directing traffic. Smith swings it left side. March one more to Merchant. Merchant pressured by Owen Dombrowski. Merchant back to the left side, controlled there by Sikorsky. Back up top, taken away. It's Dombrowski the steal, and Owen Dombrowski off the window and in. It's 2-0 Serra Catholic thanks to the sophomore Dombrowski. As an early lead for the Eagles, 7:05 remaining, quarter number one. Left wing Merchant, back up top Smith. One more Ian March, now Sikorsky. Left wing, Sikorsky kicks it across. Triple on its way in. Eli Smith off the mark. Rebound, cutting in, right block, kick out. Left side triple, Merchant knocks it home. And the Rebels on top for the first time today. Hayden Merchant, the 6'6 junior, knocks down the triple. 6:42 remaining as Sapita off the glass and in. As Tyler Sapita gives the lead right back to Serra Catholic, 4-3, 6:33 remaining in the quarter. Eli Smith over the center court stripe. Smith to Merchant, right wing. Back up top Smith. Now it's Sikorsky, far side Ian March. March swings it, Merchant, left wing three again, got it again. Second triple of the game for Hayden Merchant. And it's 6-4 in favor of Seton LaSalle, bringing the press. Quick skip near side, Ward to Petty. Isaiah Petty kicks it underneath. Sapita off the glass and in. And Serra evens things up at 6. Tyler Sapita, the freshman, 2 buckets thus far. 5:58 remaining here, quarter number one. Left side, Ian March directing traffic, tries to spin away. Now it's Merchant once again. Up top, March, guarded by Petty. Near side, Smith, right wing. Eli Smith working in, kicks it corner. Sikorsky pressured by Petty. Sikorsky across the March, left wing, has Merchant top of the key, goes that way. Merchant stops up left side. Ian March for 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound Petty. Isaiah off to Dombrowski, and Owen Dombrowski onto the board again. 4 for Dombrowski, 4 for Sapita. It's an 8-6 Eagle lead with 5:20 remaining in the first. As Owen Dombrowski's second bucket of the game. Now Merchant again, and Merchant got it again. 3 for 3 for him outside for Hayden Merchant. And a technical foul on Hayden Merchant after knocking down the triple. So with 5:13 remaining in the first, it's a technical foul on the 6'6 junior Hayden Merchant. And the bench boss Mark Walsh in his 34th year of coaching, 10th year at Seton LaSalle. Very unpleased with that one as Isaiah Petty will shoot 2. That one off the mark for the Serra Catholic standout. Isaiah Petty, multi-sport star for the Eagles. Part of that WPIL District Championship baseball team as well. As Petty was the number 2 pitcher on that team, knocks down the back end behind the lefty specialist Zach Karp. As Petty goes 1 for 2, we're tied at 9. Isaiah Petty's first point of the evening. Serra Catholic basketball, 5:13 remaining. DeMoss into Isaiah Petty. As Merchant has all 9 points, but also that technical foul allowing Serra Catholic to tie and look for the lead. Dombrowski for 3 off the mark. Rebound Dombrowski, kick out Elijah Ward. Ward left wing, now top of the key, Petty. Petty jump stop, right block, window and in. First bucket from the floor for Isaiah Petty. 3 points now for Isaiah, 11-9 lead for the Eagles, 4:48 remaining here in the quarter. As Smith up top for 3, back iron up and out, rebound, grabbed down by Sapita, the freshman playing big minutes here in the early going. As Ward up ahead to Petty, left wing, Isaiah for 3, off the iron, no good, rebound and a tie-up dual possession called. Arrow in favor of the Eagles as Sapita tangled up with the Seton LaSalle Rebels, Matt Lonergan. As Merchant will check out, replaced by Patrick Weldon. As DeMoss, Petty, catch and release 3, way off the mark. Rebound grabbed down by Weldon, back the other way, Weldon coming. As Eli Smith, top of the key, halfway through the opening quarter. There's March. March swings it. There's Smith driving baseline, left block, kick out. As Ian March, short corner, finds Lonergan and whistle blows. Traveling violation against the Rebels. 4:03 remaining in the first. Ball goes back to Serra Catholic. Again, first meeting went in favor of Seton LaSalle, 76-59 this year. Seton LaSalle may be 1-6, but 5 of those 6 Rebel losses so far this season. As there's DeMoss for 3, rattles around the cylinder and in. Iron very kind to Joey DeMoss, as that's the first bucket of the game for the 6'2 senior. But 5 of the 6 losses so far this season by the Rebels are by 5 or less points, 10 or less points, as they have been in almost every single contest they have played this season. As there's Smith left side. Smith kicks it near side as Weldon in and out rebound, grabbed down by Petty. It was an 87-82 loss to Upper St. Clair to start the year, then a 5-point loss to Pine Richland as DeMoss hits again. 6 points for Joey DeMoss. And a timeout called by Seton LaSalle. Seton's only win this season again came against the Serra Catholic Eagles, 76-59 on the 7th of December. But it was again going back to that 87-82 loss at Upper St. Clair, then a 66 neutral site loss to Pine Richland before beating Serra Catholic. Then it was a 62-57 loss to Chartiers Valley on the road, who's been very good this year. Then almost a bit of a surprising loss to Steel Valley, 74-49. Not much of a team there besides, of course, the 1,000-point scorer and Division I prospect Mackay Valentine, as that was really the only game they haven't been in this year. And then 55-49 to a much improved South Park team with Luke Scarf, the big freshman inside there. And then, of course, last night, 56-51 loss at the hands of the Warriors of Elizabeth Ford, as Serra Catholic trying to break this 4-game losing streak. The Eagles in the driver's seat, 17-9 thus far. 6 points for DeMoss leading the way. As there's Smith. Smith swings it near side into the corner as Sikorsky knocks down the 3, and Seton LaSalle back on the board. 17-12, 2:55 remaining as Sikorsky, his first bucket of the game. Now it's Petty to DeMoss. Joey DeMoss back up top, Isaiah Petty. Sapita outside, Dombrowski back to Petty, left wing. Isaiah Petty inside, Sapita outside corner as Ward goes to Dombrowski. Now it's Isaiah Petty. Petty pedals backwards. Sapita cutting in, Elijah Ward off the window and in. as Elijah Ward increases the Eagle advantage. 19-12, 2:22 remaining here in the quarter. As Eli Smith, front court, swings it right wing. That one deflected away and deflected out off the hands of Isaiah Petty. Again, Petty holds the all-time steal record for Serra Catholic in a single game. That came earlier this season against Swickley Academy. A 15 steal and almost 30-point performance for Isaiah Petty. Lonergan, the trigger, gets it into Eli Smith, the 5'9 junior guard. Near side controlled there by Weldon. Back up top Smith. Now Lonergan. Lonergan to the corner. Putting it on the floor, bouncing that one in. As around the horn they go, driving, left elbow blocked down, and March finishes up. As Ian March onto the board, and it's now 19-14. Eagles still leading with 1:50 remaining in the first. Inside there's Minifield. Minifield down low, the reverse, no good for Elijah Ward. Back the other direction the Rebels come. It's Eli Smith. Smith kicks it corner. Ian March now. March left elbow, left block. Kick outside as Weldon driving in, and he's fouled on the shot attempt by Jordan Minifield. Or excuse me, make that Jadell Minifield, his first, team first. 1:32 remaining here in quarter number one. 19-14 your score in favor of the Serra Catholic Eagles. And shooting two here will be the sophomore Patrick Weldon. First one rims around, no good. As we'll look to right the ship here on the back end. Second one sails through for Weldon. He's on the board. Down to a 19-15 Eagle lead. 1:30 remaining in the quarter. As there's Elijah Ward. Ward now Petty driving left block. Jump stop travel first. Looked like Isaiah Petty almost in a predicament whether he wanted to pass that off or go to the cylinder side to pull the ball back in, and resulted in the traveling violation. As Merchant back up top, Eli Smith now far side controlled by Seton LaSalle. There's Ian March. March, kick out. Sikorsky now driving in. Sikorsky left corner. Eli Smith in the right wing inside. Lonergan pulls up with the mid-range iron and out, poked free by DeMoss. Dombrowski to Petty running the floor, and Isaiah Petty knocks it off the window and in. Two more for Isaiah Petty. As Isaiah up to 5 here in quarter number one. As there's Lonergan, corner three on its way, iron and out, and that one's knocked out by Lonergan going up and over Minifield. Petty picks it up, 30 seconds on the clock. Far side, Owen Dombrowski back up top, Ward to Dombrowski. Dombrowski back to Elijah Ward. Now it's Isaiah DeMoss, catch and release off the mark. Rebound grabbed down by Seton LaSalle. Now it's Eli Smith, 14 on the clock. As into the front court, driving in, Sikorsky almost lost it, and stepping on the boundary with the ball is the junior in March. Possession back to Serra Catholic, 7.9 ticks of the clock remaining here in quarter number one. As Elijah Ward not going to touch just yet, trying to save as much time as possible. As there's DeMoss at the buzzer, got it! Joey DeMoss knocks down another. And at the end of one, it's a 24-15 Serra Catholic lead. 9 points from outside for Joey DeMoss, leading the way. As Serra Catholic takes the 20-15 lead into the break right here on MVI Live.
Planet Roof, Pittsburgh's top roofing company, goes above and beyond to give customers the best experience possible. At Planet Roof, we pay close attention to the quality of our work in your home. Our roofers are committed professionals with years of experience who will go above and beyond for all of our clients' needs. Because at Planet Roof, we love what we do. For more information, contact us today at 724-243-3297 or visit our website, planetroof.com.
As back here, quarter number 2 upon us. Serra Catholic on top. Seton LaSalle basketball as there's Eli Smith into the front court. Now it's Merchant back on the floor. He's leading the way with 9 points for the Rebels. Was on the bench after that technical with Smith off the back iron, no good. Merchant, the 6'6" big man underneath, puts it up and gets it pinned between the rim and the back iron. Possession goes back to the Eagles. As in between quarters, went down to check on a Rebel not on the roster and saw some time in that first quarter. That's Eli Work, actually not even in the book. So technically, if that is found out by the officials, that would be another technical foul against the Rebels from Seton LaSalle, who put a man who's not in the book on the floor. As there's a kick out, Elijah Ward for 3, ironing out. Rebound by Ian March, back the other way. March into the front court. Ian March driving. March top of the key. Bounce pass left side. Smith. Smith rolling. Smith double teamed, and that one's knocked down. Merchant finds his man as turning shot Lonergan would not go. Rebound grabbed down by Elijah Ward. Ward pushing the pace back the other way. Ward, Dombrowski, left wing 3. Got it! Owen Dombrowski. First bucket of the quarter for the Eagles, as Dombrowski's 3rd bucket of the game. Give Owen 7. It's a 27-15 lead as that one off the mark. Put back March, and he's fouled underneath. As a foul against the Eagles will send March to the line. That one up, no good. Sapita will come back into the game. 1 for 3 now as a team is Seton LaSalle from the charity stripe. Second one up, no good. Rebound, Joey DeMoss. As now it's taken by Owen Dombrowski into the front court. Dombrowski, DeMoss, now Isaiah Petty. Petty pedaling backwards, surveying his options. 12-point Eagle lead. Trying to avenge the early season loss at the hands of Seton LaSalle. Petty spins down the lane, no good. Rebound ripped down by Lonergan. Back the other way, Eli Smith. Smith bounce pass, there's Merchant driving, and Merchant steps to the middle of the lane, knocking it home. Back to a 10-point game with 6:04 remaining. 11 points for Hayden Merchant. Back up top, Isaiah Petty, as the Eagles look to counter back. Petty, right elbow, Petty to DeMoss. Joey pulls up again. DeMoss off the mark and out of bounds. And back to the Rebels, the possession goes. And Smith into the front court. Smith now to Ian March. March, pocket picked. Petty back to him from Dombrowski, and Isaiah Petty once again onto the board for Serra Catholic. Give Isaiah 7. As Serra Catholic spreading out the scoring. 7 for Dombrowski and Petty, 9 for DeMoss as Smith trying to get into the act. As Smith now inside. March going to work. Bounce pass across to Merchant again. Off the iron, no good. Rebound, Merchant off his knee and out. As Serra Catholic takes back over, up by 12 with 5:12 remaining here in the second. Elijah Ward back to Isaiah Petty. As Petty calling out the play, crossing over the timeline. 5 on the clock. Now it's taken to Moss. Joey DeMoss, Elijah Ward deep for 3, no good. Rebound to Petty in the left wing. Petty to Dombrowski. Dombrowski. Owen Dombrowski spins past 1 down the lane. Kick out Petty. And Petty travels before putting it on the floor. Possession back to Seton LaSalle. 4:46 remaining here in the half. 29-17 in favor of the Eagles. As Ian March will exit. Smith, top of the key. Now it's Merchant. Merchant right wing, kicks it far side. Smith driving left elbow, pulls up and knocks it down. First bucket of the game for Eli Smith, the 5'9 junior. 10-point lead for Serra, 4:24 remaining here in the half. As Petty into the front court. Isaiah Petty right wing. Petty. Now it's Dombrowski. Owen Dombrowski left wing. Dombrowski step back three. Got it! And one from outside for Owen Dombrowski. 10 points for Dombrowski. A chance for the 4-point play at the line. (32-17) Serra Catholic leading, or 32-19, excuse me. Missing 2 points on the scoreboard there. Didn't want to click. As Owen Dombrowski up to 11. 33-19, Serra leads. Left corner triple up off the iron, no good. Rebound, there's Petty. Petty with DeMoss and Isaiah Petty once again. As it's 35-19, Serra Catholic. As 30-second timeout burned here by Seton LaSalle. Second timeout used this half by the Seton LaSalle Rebels. Again, it was all Seton LaSalle earlier this season in their lone win, 76-59 at home versus the Eagles from Serra Catholic. It's been a different story so far here tonight. 35-19 Serra Catholic. Hayden Merchant, big early on, then getting that technical foul, got taken out for a little bit by his coach, and then that's when the Eagles started to take over and have got themselves into the driver's seat right here, right now. As a look to continue that as we go on. Trying to get a stop here is Serra. Seton LaSalle, big trip down the floor for the Rebels. Eli Smith up top. Smith kicks it left side. Now it's taken by Merchant. Merchant pulls up. Merchant off the iron. Rebound ripped down. That's by Sikorsky. Kick out. Merchant again. This time he knocks it through. Hayden Merchant. 14 for Merchant of his team's 22. Petty right wing, Isaiah. Petty kick out, there's DeMoss, Joey DeMoss. Pedals backwards, DeMoss, now it's Dombrowski. Dombrowski kick out, Petty. Isaiah, all sorts of room off the mark with the 3 ball. Rebound ripped down and a foul called on Makai Underwood, the 6'1 sophomore. His first team second, only 4 fouls so far, including the technical foul against Hayden Merchant at the 5:13 mark of quarter number 1. Actually not against Dombrowski. Lob into DeMoss's. Serra ends up with the basketball, and Joey DeMoss ends up with 2 points. 37-22 in favor of the Eagles. 2:43 remaining here in the half. As Seton LaSalle looking to regroup, down big here in quarter number 2. As Merchant pulls up again, no good. Rebound ripped down. Sikorsky off the iron, won't fall. And on the third trip it won't go, but Merchant there to finally clean things up. 16 now for Hayden Merchant. As there's Petty off to Dombrowski. Owen Dombrowski for 3 again. Iron and out. Rebound grab down. Here comes Seton LaSalle in transition. As that's Weldon. Weldon underneath, stripped away. Weldon gets it back, puts it up, and 1 for Patrick Weldon. Up to 3, looking for 1 more at the line. 39-26 in favor of the Eagles. 2:02 remaining here in quarter number 2. Patrick Weldon back to the charity stripe, the 6'1 sophomore. Right hand up, back iron and as he can't complete the traditional 3-point play. Isaiah Petty into the front court. Petty up top. Petty drives, foul line, kick out. Dombrowski for three. Iron out off the stanchion. And possession back to Seton LaSalle with 1:50 remaining here in quarter number 2. 37-26 the Eagles lead. As picking up possession is Hayden Merchant. He's been the lone catalyst of this offense, scoring 16 of his team's 26 as Sikorsky kicks it to the corner. Now skip back across. There's Merchant driving right elbow underneath, and not ready for it was Nick Sikorsky, the 6'5 junior. As Merchant saying that's on him, is back the other way. Serra Catholic will come off the inbound into the front court. Dombrowski to Ward. Elijah Ward right wing. Elijah driving, foul line. Ward underneath, off the window and in. Elijah Ward adds 2 more. 4 points now for Elijah Ward, the 5'11 senior, and a steal at the other end. Ward, Dombrowski to Petty, off the window and in. Isaiah Petty once again, third Eagle in double digits as Petty joins Dombrowski and DeMoss. Sikorsky drives, jump stop, and a blocking foul called on Serra Catholic and the freshman Sapita. 4th foul against Serra Catholic, 1 on the clock. 41-26 in favor of the Eagles. As up top, controlled there by Weldon. Weldon, foul line, kicks it March. March, 1 more. Sikorsky left wing. Sikorsky back up top, controlled there by Hayden Merchant. Merchant swings. There's Sikorsky off the mark with the shot underneath. Weldon can't clean it up. Rebound by Sapita as Petty skips it up. There's Dombrowski. Dombrowski up, iron and in, as he's able to overpower Merchant at the other end. 13 now for Owen Dombrowski. 9-point quarter for the sophomore. 25 seconds remaining. 43-26 Serra Catholic starting to run away here in the opening half as Merchant's able to keep it alive with 15. Hayden Merchant. Merchant swings it right wing. Controlled there by the Rebels. In the corner now it's March. Inside driving Lonergan, able to knock it down. And now with 2 seconds down to 1, Petty at the buzzer, off the iron and out. As we have reached the half, and it's all Serra Catholic. 43-28, the Serra Catholic Eagles off to a tearing start here against Seton LaSalle as they have the lead at the break. When we come back, Planet Roof halftime interview. We'll be joined by one of the men playing in game number 2 here this evening. That's Charlie Mealy of the Elizabeth Forward Warriors, coming up next right here on MVI Live.
Cyber Athletics is a community created by athletes for athletes. A team of collegiate and NBA legends that have experienced all aspects of how the ball bounces both on and off the court. Ultimately, Cyber Athletics is defending the health, wellness, and success of a human beyond the title of athlete, because an athlete can never truly perform unless health and wellness is placed at a premium priority. For more information, visit cyberathletics.com. The City of McKeesport and McKeesport Rising Project, making investments today in our neighborhoods and infrastructure for the future of our community. We are working together for a better McKeesport. 5 Star Plumbing is locally owned and operated and can help you with all your sewer and drain cleaning needs. With over 25 years of experience in 24-hour emergency service, we do what others can't. That's right, save you money. For more information on how 5 Star Plumbing can help you, visit our website at 5starplumbingforyou.com. Planet Roof, Pittsburgh's top roofing company, goes above and beyond to give customers the best experience possible. At Planet Roof, we pay close attention to the quality of our work in your home. Our roofers are committed professionals with years of experience who will go above and beyond for all of our clients' needs. Because at Planet Roof, we love what we do. For more information, contact us today at 724-243-3297 or visit our website, planetroof.com.
here at the Planet Roof halftime interview on MVI Live and the Triple Live High School Sports Network, joined by Elizabeth Forward Warrior forward Charlie Melib. Charlie, appreciate you doing this once again with me.
Thank you for having me.
I enjoyed it so much the first time, figured we would do it again for basketball season, but obviously football didn't end the way you guys wanted it to. But what kind of fire now does that set under you and those individuals that are on both teams? You know, Isaiah Turner, Zach Boyd, yourself, to name just a few. How much more of a fire is now under your belt getting ready for this season, knowing you were kind of Eston, and a lot of people thought you'd be playing at Acrisure as well?
Exactly. I think that it sets a statement for us. Maybe not such as a statement, but we play a lot of the same teams that we play in football, so we're expecting the same outcome. We're coming out every game thinking, you know, let's mercy roll, let's blow them out to get the young dudes in, and let's keep rolling. So
does that give you even more motivation? You know, Bell Vernon always a rival as it is. And, you know, last year you didn't have Zach Boyd, which was a massive loss. You know, you thought you were going to have Vernon, who transferred out. But now that you have the opportunity with, right now, a healthy roster, some great young players coming in like Drew Cook, we got to see him this summer. I'm excited to see what he can do at the high school level. But does that give you even, you know, there's already a ton of motivation to try to beat Bell Vernon. But now, you know, you're coming off football. Is it even more of a revenge game? Hey, we want to take them down finally.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you were there when we played them last year. We played them twice last year, home and away, but it was both craziest games. You know, both of them got elongated, you know, a lot of chirping, a lot of talking, so it's always fun playing them against our rival.
And how much more does that bring the best out of you? You know, a lot of people say some of those rivalries bring out the worst, but, you know, it brings out some of the best because it's some of the most competitive you guys are, and it may be chirping, it may be frustration, but, you know, how does that also bring out the positive side of you guys?
I think we all know each other because, you know, they only live they're right up the road. So I just think, you know, because we know them and because we see these dudes outside of school and stuff, like, it brings out the best in all of us. We play against each other, we know each other, so it brings out the competitiveness.
And, you know, obviously multiple sports for you and very talented at both sports. And we know you love hitting people on the defensive side of football, but you know, how do you like bullying people down underneath the hoop?
That's a good time too. You know, it's how you get buckets, honestly. You know, backing someone down, put your butt in them, and drop step, you know, it's not as equivalent to football, but, you know, it's close enough.
So for you guys, obviously, new man taking over the bench this year with our good buddy Matt Loftus, moving to South Park to take over their girls program. How has this process been for you guys with your new head coach in this transition?
Getting back in the gym was very exciting, knowing, you know, we have a new game plan here. We're looking for the same outcome, but we definitely have a new game plan, different way of attacking things. Especially the first, you know, couple of days we've been with him has been super exciting. We're all trying to prove a point, you know, who's supposed to be on the floor, making a statement. And, you know, he has a great attitude, and I know after talking to him, he's one of our teachers at school. Like, just being around him all the time, he's a great guy, and I'm really excited to see what we're going to do.
So does it make these opening practices almost more competitive for you guys? Because, you know, Coach Loftus knew you guys. He's had you guys for a while. But now it's, you know, new coach, you have to earn your spot. There's nothing given anymore.
Exactly. Like just the other day, we weren't, you know, fighting them, but we were butting heads. You know, ended up all love at the end of the day, but we definitely are trying to get the best out of each other, prove a point.
So as this unit, obviously, you know, a pretty stable unit coming back, at least I'd say a lot of the core, and you're adding Zach Boyd, who was injured last year, with some key newcomers to your lineup as well. You know, what's the goal this year? Because it is not an easy section, conference, whatever you want to decide to call it at all. I mean, Bell Vernon, Laurel Highlands, you guys, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Uniontown as well.
I believe so.
I mean, and we've seen how talented some of the Uniontown kids are, like Bakari Wallace and company. I mean, so that's 4 murderous road teams that you're playing 6 games that it feels like any one of those teams could go out and win a pretty big playoff game and make a big run in the playoffs.
Well, our definite what we're looking forward to this year is, you know, getting the conference. That's what every team looks forward to. Another thing is that we talk about as a team is having at least a better record than we did the year prior and building off of that. You know, if we're working way harder this year than we were last year, then there's no reason we can't accomplish that.
So, for you personally, coming into this basketball season, do you have any personal goals that you would like to achieve on the floor?
Probably just honestly scoring more points per game than I did last year. Rebounds is the same way. Being more of a leader, talking more, communication is a big one because that doesn't just help on the floor, it helps off the floor too with life in general. So that's probably my main ones.
How much is Zach going to help you on the floor, though? Thinking about that, you're adding another threat on the outside. And I think a lot of time we saw multiple bodies on you at one time underneath. And now they're going to have to worry whether it be Daniels, whether it be Zach Boyd, or now you have you underneath. You still have Isaiah Turner. And then, Drew Cook can knock down the three.
Exactly.
So getting him back, how much does it open up your offense as a whole and open things up for you?
That's definitely big having him back. We have Drew that can bring up the ball, Makai Daniels that can bring up the ball, Isaiah Turner, Charlie Niggett, all them dudes that can bring up the ball, which leaves Zach to have the opportunity to sit in the corner a little bit, let me work down low when I get the ball, and kick out to him in the corner and let him hit some threes, let him work outside some. So with all of the ball handlers and me working the middle, that's really going to be big for us.
So obviously we talked a little bit about this, and the national anthem. We know your thoughts on it. I'm a big fan of your thoughts on it. But for you personally, how does that pregame final moments, now that you're standing on the court before the anthem? If you didn't hear his answer, go back and watch the interview from the Bell Vernon EF game, and you'll hear the full answer and see the full first interview with Charlie. But how does it kind of change when you're standing on the court for these final minute 30, whatever it may be, before the game goes on?
It's way bigger at that point, especially in basketball. You're sitting there, we're all on our line, hands behind our back, we're singing, kind of humming a little bit, rocking back and forth. And you look over, you see the whole stands, everyone in the gym is, looking up at the flag. And it's just like the butterflies is impeccable. Like, it's definitely makes you extremely nervous. But at that point, you're going to work with the guys. So you got to do what you got to do and get the job done.
Charlie Milab looking to have another big season on the hardwood. Can't wait to see what you and the Warriors do.
Thank you.
Very excited for this year. And when we come back, we are going to have half number 2 of your game right here on MVI Live.
Founded in 1956, 84 Lumber Company is the nation's largest privately held supplier of building materials, manufactured components, and industry-leading services for single and multi-family residents and commercial buildings. 84 Lumber operates more than 250 stores, component manufacturing plants, custom door shops, custom millwork shops, and engineered wood product centers in over 30 states. For more information, visit 84lumber.com or join the company on your favorite social media platform.
Back here at the half as we get set for quarter number 3, a dominating opening 16 minutes for the Serra Catholic Eagles. 3 players in double digits, 13 for Dombrowski, 11 for DeMoss and Petty. It's 16 for Merchant, with 3 for Sikorsky, Weldon, and 2 for March, Smith, and Lonergan. As Merchant, Smith now up top as they swing it left wing. Ian March kicks it to Hayden Merchant. Merchant top of the key. Controlled there by March. Merchant. Now it's Lonergan. Lonergan kick out to Eli Smith. Smith goes one more to March. March in the right wing. Now it's Smith from the corner off the mark. Rebound grab down. That's by Elijah Ward. As here comes Elijah in transition out to DeMoss. Joey DeMoss skips it up top to Ward. One more Dombrowski. Dombrowski for 2. Iron and out. Rebound put back by Sapita. Would not fall. Merchant to Smith. 40 seconds elapsed here in the second half. Smith underhand toss. Now it's Merchant. Hayden Merchant along to Eli Smith. Back to Merchant. One more to Lonergan. Back out to the corner. Smith. Eli Smith, left wing. Smith shuffling. Smith. Double team, skips it up top to Hayden Merchant. Merchant, now it's Smith, left wing 3 by Smith, side iron and out. And watching it out was Elijah Ward with 6:53 remaining in the third. Here in the consolation game of the South Allegheny Holiday Hoops Tournament here from South Allegheny. Again, the championship game next, as it will feature a pair of Mon Valley teams in the Elizabeth Forward Warriors and the South Allegheny Gladiators. As Sapita inside, he's fouled as Merchant underneath, getting a little handsy with the freshman. Second foul on Hayden Merchant. Merchant's first was a technical foul after knocking down a triple. As Elijah Ward skips it, catch and release. DeMoss from the corner drains another. Joey DeMoss once again from outside, having himself an evening. 16 for DeMoss. As he has been outstanding from outside. Make that 14 for DeMoss. But nonetheless, as Lonergan can't finish, Isaiah Petty takes it away. 4 threes for Joey DeMoss in this game, 46-28. The Eagles lead the Rebels. And Serra Catholic EF coming up later on tonight here from South Allegheny. We'll have that one for you on the network as well. As up top, Isaiah Petty. Petty rolling right side. Petty gets the screen. Dombrowski pick and roll. Now outside, DeMoss feeling it, and DeMoss in and out off the back iron. Rebound by Merchant, trying to pick up the pace back the other way. Merchant over the head of Lonergan. And the Eagles will take back over with 5:43 remaining here in the third, as Eli Work will check back into the game, along with Weldon. Dombrowski brings the ball up. 5:38 remaining here in a rolling third quarter clock. Dombrowski handoff to Petty. As Petty drives left side, he's fouled, and Isaiah Petty shooting 2 as the foul goes against Weldon. Patrick Weldon picks up his first, team's second. As Petty rattles that one off the iron and in. Isaiah Petty up to 12, looking for another here at the line. As Minifield will check in. Twelve points for Petty, make it 13, and he'll get a break on the bench after knocking that one down. Lead back to 20 for the Serra Catholic Eagles, as Christian Warren, the 5'9 junior, will check back in. Into the front court, that's Smith, gets it back from Merchant. Smith inside, March down low, Merchant taken away, a steal by Ward. Up ahead, it's Dombrowski, Owen Dombrowski off the window and in, and the Eagles to 50. 15 for Owen Dombrowski. Serra Catholic on this season, averaging 60.4 points per game. Sit at 50 with 5 minutes remaining in the third. Ian March pulls up from 13, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds off the hands of Joey DeMoss with 4:55 remaining in the third. 50-28 your score in favor of Serra Catholic. As checking in will be Nyersuk. As the 5'11 junior Nyersuk will see his first action of the contest, but a timeout called first. A full timeout used by Seton LaSalle. That's their third. First timeout used this half by either side, as Seton LaSalle will have 2 full timeouts remaining. After today, it will be a battle at Keystone Oaks on the 6th for the Rebels from Seton LaSalle. For Serra Catholic, they have a pretty good one, and there's a good chance we may have coverage of the Eagles' next contest. So if you're interested in that one, it would be a battle between a pair of Mon Valley schools in the surprise of the season, and under second-year coach Rashawn Hatton, it's the Eagles and the Bears from Serra Catholic High School on the 3rd. That will be, again, a very, very big game. Clareton right now 4-2, only had 1 win last year, 2-0 inside conference play, as the Clareton Bears are having themselves a great start to the season, and they'll look to continue that when they take on Serra Catholic on the 3rd. That will be, again, a big test for the Serra Catholic Eagles after some big losses to Jeanette, or close losses, but big implication losses to Jeanette, and of course GCC a 2-point loss earlier this season for Serra Catholic, trying to get at least one win here over the holiday break as Merchant inbounds. That's to Nyersuk. As taken by Merchant, right wing. Merchant back up top to Work. Eli Work finds Merchant. Hayden Merchant drives right hand up and in. 2 more for Merchant. First bucket of the half for Seton LaSalle. 18 now for Merchant. 4:33 remaining here in the third quarter. As Owen Dombrowski left side. Dombrowski spinning. Dombrowski kick out, catch and release for DeMoss off the mark. Rebound by Nyersuk. Nyersuk finds Merchant. Merchant across and down the lane. Double dribble on Hayden Merchant. And more frustration shown by 10th year head coach at Seton LaSalle, Mark Walsh. 34 years of coaching experience. Has made the playoffs every year that he has been at the helm so far of the Seton LaSalle Rebels, including 4 state championship appearances, and is a 86 grad of Seton LaSalle. Seton LaSalle last time took home district gold was back in 2014, also victorious in '89. Have won state championship to their resume as well. As Dombrowski halfway through the third, his team up by 20, finds Petty driving, right hand off the top of the backboard, turnover for the Eagles. As Underwood will replace Elijah Ward with 3:58 remaining here in the third. Merchant into Smith. 3:52 remaining as Merchant. Smith, now it's taken near side left wing. As Walden back to Hayden Merchant. Merchant inside. Nyersuk finds Work, and that one saved at the far baseline, kept alive by Eli Smith. Smith working in, right wing. Smith bounce pass to the corner, back out. Work to Smith into the middle. Minifield knocked it away right to Merchant. Down low, ball loose, grabbed by Petty. Petty flips it up. Here comes Dombrowski. Transition, triple, got it. Dombrowski again from outside as Owen Dombrowski makes it a 23-point Eagle lead. 18 points now for Owen Dombrowski, the sophomore. Outside, it's Smith. Nyersuk to Work, kick out, Merchant, catch and release, ironing out. Rebound, slap free. There's Warren, underhand feed, Petty off and running off the window and in. Add 2 to the total of Petty and the Eagles. 15 now for Isaiah. 55-30 lead here for Serra Catholic. 2:44 remaining in the third. Up top, Smith. Smith has that one knocked out. No, off of Smith and out, unforced. Sikorsky, March, and Lonergan back in for the Seton LaSalle Rebels as Joey DeMoss replaces Owen Dombrowski for the Eagles. 55-30 lead for Serra Catholic. 2:38 remaining in the third. Serra Catholic 5 points away from invoking a running clock here in the consolation game. It was a big win for SA yesterday over Serra Catholic. Rebounding nicely are the Eagles as Petty off the mark. Rebound near side, that's Sikorsky. Sikorsky underneath to Hayden Merchant in transition. Merchant up top, top of the key, Merchant left wing. Now driving Weldon, Weldon left block up and in off the window from the near side. As 2 more for Weldon. 5 points for Weldon. There's Isaiah Petty. Petty drive, kick out. Warren from the corner, back up top to DeMoss. Joey DeMoss. DeMoss driving, left block. Now finds Warren, baseline. Warren the reverse off the bottom of the rim. Rebound, kick out. Underwood back to Warren from the corner. Got it! As Christian Warren onto the board with the triple. And it's 58-32 in favor of the Eagles. 1:38 remaining as near side controlled by Weldon in the left wing. Weldon skips it up top. Now taken over by Lonergan. Lonergan kick out. Weldon catch and release. Got it! As no answer with 3 of his own. 8 points now for Patrick Weldon. There's DeMoss. DeMoss to Petty. Petty has some room. Isaiah Petty, top of the key, right elbow. Now Petty working back outside. Finds Joey DeMoss. DeMoss In the right wing, DeMoss picks up the dribble. Now Minifield back to DeMoss. DeMoss in the right corner, backing his way in. Under a minute, kick out. Petty for three. Off the bottom of the net and out of bounds. Possession back to Seton LaSalle. 53.1 ticks of the clock remaining. Been all Eagles here in this one. In March, inside Lonergan, right hand up and in, two more for Lonergan. As Seton LaSalle slowly chipping away. 4 points now for Lonergan, 58-37. Still well in the driver's seat are the Eagles. 23 seconds remaining as looks like trying to kill time and hold for the last shot is Serra Catholic. Petty rolling left side down to 14. Isaiah Petty. Petty driving, top of the key. Petty down the lane, jump stop, and Petty tied up. Arrow stays with the Eagles, but that means the Rebels will get the ball to start the fourth. Joey DeMoss sends order in motion. Minifield back outside. Petty. Petty, DeMoss from the corner, no good. As Merchant, the rebound, fires it up. Well short, but at the end of three, it's still all Eagles. 58-37, Serra Catholic will look to close it out when we come back right here on MVI Live.
The best local coverage of news, sports, and more. Make sure you subscribe to the Mon Valley Independent newspaper. Both print and e-edition subscriptions are available, and you can try the e-edition free for 30 days starting today. So make sure you log on to MonValleyIndependent.com for more information. Mon Valley Independent, what happens here matters here.
Back here, quarter number 4 upon us from South Allegheny in the holiday tournament here from South Allegheny, as it's the consolation game between the Eagles and the Rebels. As Seton LaSalle behind big early on, and Serra Catholic looking to continue their dominance, as it's been Dombrowski, Petty, and DeMoss all in double figures here tonight. Leading the way, 18 for Dombrowski, 15 for Petty, and 14 for Joey DeMoss. DeMoss, 4 threes. Dombrowski with the trio of triples, as they have been able to find a way to overman and overpower Seton LaSalle. Lost to the Rebels earlier this year. And, when you have the likes of 6'6" Hayden Merchant and, 6'5" Nick Sikorsky underneath, Serra Catholic doesn't have all that height under there to kind of compete with those type of players, but we've seen them be able to go toe for toe tonight with the Seton LaSalle Rebels. As driving in, kick out, Lonergan, March to Merchant for three, back ironing out. Rebound bounced in and right to the hands of Lonergan. Pulls up, left elbow, off the mark. Rebound, Ian March with the putback. As Ian March gets the Rebels back on the board, 58-39. As that one deflected out, getting a little sloppy here is Serra Catholic in the latter stages. Dombrowski the trigger, 7:23 remaining, still up by 19 is Serra Catholic. Lead was at 25 earlier this half. Sapita, left wing, back outside Warren, spins away from March. Now Sapita back up top to the junior Warren. Warren knifes down the lane. Bounce pass taken away, Lonergan, but tosses it out with 7:03 remaining here in the fourth. In game number 2 here this evening, the championship game of the South Allegheny Holiday Tournament, featuring EF and the host Gladiators. They faced off last year in the Holiday Tournament. It was a win for South Allegheny as Dombrowski rims it out, no good. Rebound Lonergan, now it's Merchant with 6:48 remaining here in the quarter. March for three, side iron and out of bounds. Last touch by Serra Catholic, 6:44 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Merchant the trigger, down to our left. Hayden Merchant sends it in, Lonergan back up top, Sikorsky. Back to Merchant, right wing. Hayden Merchant rolling. Merchant, right elbow. Travels on his way down the lane as Serra Catholic was looking to take it away. 6:37 remaining in the fourth. Elijah Ward. Now it's Ward, back from Ward, inside, Underwood to the window, blocked from behind, Merchant the save. Pop back free, here comes Lonergan in transition. Lonergan, pocket picked, it's Elijah Ward the steal. Ward 2-on-1, Ward fakes the pass off the window, no good, Merchant another rebound. Back the other way, it's Merchant to March. March inside. Sikorsky kick out. Merchant for three. Got it! Hayden Merchant again. 21 for Merchant. It was a great start for Merchant, but a slow half. Just 5 points for Merchant after a 16-point opening half. That was including a lot of time on the benches. That one knocked out off of Underwood, and Serra Catholic feels the pressure starting to be put on. It's 58-42. This was a 25-point Eagle lead in the third. Seton LaSalle trying to charge back as Lonergan out, as Nyersuk back into the game. And EF in South Allegheny, the nightcap here in the South Allegheny Holiday Tournament. We'll have that one on MVI Live after the conclusion of this. As into the corner, now inside Merchant. Sikorsky, right elbow, no good. Rebound by Elijah Ward. Ward skips it up to Petty. Starters back in for the Eagles. As inside, Sapita, no good. Rebound to Moss. DeMoss off the window and in. Big bucket for Joey DeMoss. First bucket of the quarter for the Eagles. 16 for Joey DeMoss. As timeout in favor of Seton LaSalle. That's their penultimate timeout of the game. Just one full remaining for Coach Walsh and the Seton LaSalle Rebels. 18 points for Dombrowski, 16 for DeMoss, 15 for Petty, 21. 50% of the scoring for Seton LaSalle has come off the hands of Hayden Merchant. And you wonder how much more damage he could have done if it wasn't for that technical foul just 3 minutes into the game that cost him a seat on the bench for the remainder of that opening quarter. Merchant was red hot to start. 9 early points for Seton LaSalle. Serra Catholic started rotating players in and out throughout the conclusion of this half thus far, and that has drawn us into a 18-point game. It was as high as 25 in favor of the Serra Catholic Eagles, trying to get back to that precipice here in half number 2. DeMoss, Petty, Sapita, Dombrowski, and Elijah Ward. Nyersuk work along with Weldon, March, and Merchant. Nyersuk driving, picked away. That's by Petty. Isaiah the steal, and Isaiah can't finish. Dombrowski the rebound. Dombrowski had it ripped away, but right to Petty. Now wheeling back out. Petty skips it across. DeMoss all alone for three. Back ironing out. Rebound by Merchant. Keeping his team around. Now Weldon. Weldon left wing corner. March back to Weldon. Weldon in the left wing. Stops up. Weldon up top. Merchant driving. Foul line. Kick out. March from the corner. Overshoots. Rebound ripped away. Ward. Dombrowski. Underneath. DeMoss to Petty. Petty jumps up, man in the air, and no good, but Isaiah Petty will head to the line to shoot 2 with 4:21 remaining in the fourth. As Nyersuk picks up the personal. Isaiah Petty 3 for 4 from the line today. That one no good. Breaking the stretch of 3 straight makes for Petty. March out. Walsh will check in. And it was a closely contested loss yesterday at the hands of the Elizabeth Forward Warriors. Serra Catholic lost big time to South Allegheny as an empty trip for Isaiah. Back the other way, it's Merchant. Halfway through the fourth, Merchant banks it no good. Rebound Sapita as there's Dombrowski. Dombrowski to DeMoss, and Joey DeMoss adds 2 more. 18 for Joey DeMoss, matching his teammate Owen Dombrowski. Now it's Merchant. Merchant, top of the key. Merchant, that one knocked away. Active hands. It's another steal. Dombrowski off the window. He's fouled. As Merchant picks up the personal, and Owen Dombrowski will shoot a pair. Multi-sport athlete at Serra Catholic, standout pitcher for Coach Brian Zarenda and the Eagles baseball team. As last season, Dombrowski, .72 ERA. As Owen can't hit the first. He's also a member of the MVI SBL this summer as Dombrowski rims that one out. Rebound by DeMoss. Joey DeMoss getting to the window, banks it in. DeMoss to 20. And it's a 64-42 Eagle lead as the starter's starting to run it back up. Now a short corner shot, no good. Rebound, knocked away. Petty up ahead. It's Dombrowski, and Owen does not miss. Matching DeMoss once again, 20 points for Owen Dombrowski. Near side, Weldon, catch and release 3 off the mark. Sapita up ahead, a little behind. Dombrowski taken away by Weldon. Now it's Merchant, 3:05 remaining in the fourth. Merchant into the front court, right wing. Merchant swings it. There's Walsh for 3, ironing out. Rebound, grabbed down in the right corner by Walsh. Step back, deflected 3. Nyersuk runs the baseline. Nyersuk kick out. Weldon left wing. Now to the corner. Nyersuk back to work. No good, but he's fouled by Sapita, the freshman. His second foul is Skaggs Underwood. And company will all check in for Serra Catholic. As full sail change for the Eagles, up 66-43. One more attempt here for Eli Work. That's McNeil, David, Jordan all checking in. As there's Chalice with the ball. Chalice into the front court, goes off. That's to the near side off the errant feed by Matthew McNeil. He was looking for Skaggs on the near side. (66-44) in favor of the Serra Catholic Eagles. 2:32 remaining. As Nyersuk, far side, hand off to Walden. Walden up top to Work. Eli Work, far side. Walsh deep 3. Got it! As Seton LaSalle makes it look a little closer. 66-47. As into the front court, that is David Jordan. Jordan now finds his man right wing. Underwood driving, right block, kick out. Right into the hands of Nyersuk. Back the other way. Nyersuk, 2 on the clock. Now it's Walsh. Walsh back to Nyersuk. And that one out of bounds. Unforced error there on Nyersuk and back the other way. The Eagles will come. 1:57 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Skaggs will get it into Chalice. Right wing controlled by Jordan. David Jordan, double team. Jordan trying to work his way free. Now taken and knocked out of bounds off the hands of Matthew McNeil. 1:40 remaining here in the fourth. Again, game number 2 will feature South Allegheny and Elizabeth forward. As Walsh way outside, tries again, rims it in and out. Rebound grabbed down, controlled once again by Seton LaSalle. March outside, Weldon. Weldon for 3, got it. As Weldon into double digits with 11. Second 3 of the game for Weldon, making it a 16-point Eagle lead. 1:15 remaining as there is Jordan. Handoff Chalice. Chalice. Now McNeil. Almost turns it over as Jordan working in. Kick out of bounds. Another turnover for Serra Catholic. Still a 16-point Eagle lead with a 1:04 remaining. Nyersuk, now it's March, 1 on the clock. As there goes Walsh working in, kicks it corner to Work. Is Work off the mark. Rebound Nyersuk. Nyersuk has that one deflect out of bounds. Last touch by the Rebels. 51.4 ticks of the clock remaining. Again, EF, South Allegheny on deck here. As there's David Jordan in the right wing. Jordan up top to Tyler Skaggs. Skaggs right elbow. Skaggs looks out. That one's almost taken away by March. Now it's Underwood inside to Jordan. Tie up force, and possession stays with Serra Catholic. 31.7 seconds remaining. 8 o'clock will be the nightcap here between the Gladiators and the Warriors as March Walsh the double dribble. 29.1 seconds remaining. Serra Catholic gets the ball back, looking to close this one out, break their 4-game losing streak. Trying to move to 3-6 on the season. That would put Seton LaSalle at 1-7. It's only be the second time this year it's more than a 10-point victory for the team beating Seton LaSalle. As Chalice flips it in, that's McNeil, left corner. McNeil out to Skaggs, 15 seconds. As Skaggs to Jordan. David Jordan, pocket picked Nyersuk. Back the other way, Nyersuk slows down, 8 seconds. Now kicks it, Walsh driving, Walsh to Work. Kick out, Weldon at the buzzer to make it look closer. He will not. And Serra Catholic breaks their 4-game losing streak. They take the consolation game here of the holiday tournament of South Allegheny. Your final score, the Eagles 66, the Rebels 50, as leading the charge. Both Damas and Dombrowski with 20, 15 for Isaiah Petty in the win, 21 for Hayden Merchant in a losing effort. MVI Live Player of the Game, that belongs to Owen Dombrowski, the sophomore for the Serra Catholic Eagles with his 20-point performance. And the Eagles back in the win column now, 3-6. Coming up in just about an hour or so, we'll have the championship game of the South Allegheny Holiday Tournament right here on MVI Live between the Gladiators and the Warriors from Elizabeth Ford, so stay tuned for that one. If not, have a great rest of your evening, everybody. Your final score one final time, the Eagles 66, the Rebels 50 right here on MVI Live.